on over here. I'm very pleased to be able to present to you former Mayor Richard Riordan. And of course, it's extraordinarily personal for me because this man has been my mentor since, well, let's just say it's been a while. When I had the pleasure to work with Mayor Riordan as mayor of Los Angeles, one of the things I noticed right away is that he governs with yes instead of no. And that's important. A lot of politicians, they govern with the word no, like they're going to get more power if they make it harder for you. And this is a man who has always said yes, and let me introduce you to someone else who has a similar idea, and let's get the chocolate and the peanut butter together. And that is a rare and incredible gift. I also want to say that he's always been ahead of his time, and it has been to my great pain if I don't recognize that he's usually about 20 to 30 years ahead of his time, and I better listen. I'm not always good at it, but I have always regretted it when I didn't. And finally, before he speaks, I just want to tell you what he told our teachers at ISEF when they asked him, how do you be successful in life? He said, have courage, be giving, empower others, and relentlessly pursue your goals. So I give to you Mayor Richard Riordan, our mentor and huge friend of the charter school movement.
Thank you very much, Caprice. Keisha, do me a favor, never refer to me as a philanthropist. If you get the Oxford Unabridged Dictionary and look up the word philanthropist, it says a philanthropist is somebody who returns to the public a small portion of what he stole from the public. So back in 1984, I read an article called A Nation at Risk by the Carnegie Foundation, which has become very famous over the years. And it said that if a child cannot read and write fluently by the second grade, you have lost that child for life. And something just struck me, that maybe the rest of my life should be built around making sure every child has the opportunity to read fluently by the end of second grade. Having made a lot of venture capital money on computers and such, I decided let's look at how computers can help education. And we ended up with a program called Writing to Read, which is still, even after 1984-85, is still a very, very viable software program. It teaches kids in kindergarten through second grade to first, on the computer, play games to learn the 42 phonemes that make up every word in the English language, and then be able to put those phonemes together to tell stories. So the child gets confidence right away that anything they say they can write down. And anything they write down they can read back. Now to us it may look like a foreign language at first because they're writing down sounds, not the spelling. But the program, half of the program is eventually teaching them how to spell correctly. This worked dramatically. Our first big pilot program was in Mississippi, which passed California in literacy in 1996, something I'm not very proud of, nor should anybody here be proud of. But computers are the most powerful thing ever created on this earth. But it's still only a tool. It's a means to an end, not an end to itself. A pencil, it's no different than a pencil, except that it's about 1 billion times more powerful than a pencil. And one thing I've learned through the years is it's not giving kids computers, smart boards, and other things. It's making sure that they're used right, that they are used as tools to teach the children. And in too many of the schools in urban areas, they get smart boards, computers by the thousands. You go back in 2 years, and either they're getting dust or they're in a big lab where the kids are sitting looking at a logo or in a chat hall, but are not using to educate the kids. And this gets me, I'll go away from there for a second. Caprice mentioned that I teach leadership at the UCLA School of Business, the Graduate School of Business. And there are 4 axioms, which Caprice mentioned, that I tell. One is courage. And courage is the courage to make decisions, the courage to get up in the morning, the courage to start your homework or your term paper. Or as Teddy Roosevelt gave an example, he said, a leader is not somebody who is a brilliant critic, because the world doesn't belong to the brilliant critics. It belongs to those who stumble and fall and get bloodied and get up and keep going. Secondly, character or giving, treating everybody around you as an equal, whether they're rich, poor, legal, illegal, whatever, treating them as equals. And third, which most politicians don't understand, is empowering other people. And this is the reason why charter schools are so great. Principals and others are empowered to run the school. And if you empower people, then you attract other bright people. And my success as a mayor wasn't that I knew how to implement anything, but I knew how to get the right people and empower them to implement. And then last, as she mentioned, is relentless pursuit of goals. And what Caprice and I have done at ISEF is a good example of Teddy Roosevelt. How many times we came in at the end of September knowing they were in desperate shape. We had to raise over $10 million to keep them alive. And what happened? A week later, we found out we were off by $2 million. And we had other problems. 2 weeks after that, other problems. Each time we got knocked down, we got up and we kept going. And we are now, I think, on the total path to victory by talking about a merger with the Alliance College Ready Schools to make 2 great school systems part and to share the success of each one. So let me end up by saying what the superintendent of San Diego schools said. We have to be partners. The LA schools, the unions there have been the enemy for some crazy reason, but it's about children. Yeah. Okay. I'm anti-feminist, I know. But we have to treat charter schools not as women, but as our partners. And we are, because we care about the children. We don't care about ourselves. And let me end up by saying what the philosopher Hillel said. He said, if not now, when? If not me, who? So as I look around this audience, everybody here agrees the now is now, and the me is each and every one of us. God bless all of you. Thank you.